the place where we unlock the hidden mysteries of the mind and relationships. Today, we're diving into one of the most intense and often misunderstood areas of psychology, the darker truths Carl Jung uncovered about some women. This isn't a simple or comfortable topic, but it's one every man should understand if he wants to protect himself emotionally and grow spiritually. Carl Gustav Jung was a pioneer of analytical psychology. Unlike many of his contemporaries, Jung believed that beneath our conscious minds lies a vast unconscious world filled with archetypes, shadows, and ancient energies that shape who we are and how we relate to others. His work offers profound insights into male-female dynamics, especially when it comes to the complex and sometimes dark roles some women unconsciously play. Today, I'm going to walk you through Jung's psychological theories, peeling back the layers to reveal some shocking truths about certain women. Not all women, but some, that can deeply affect men's emotional well-being and life path. You'll learn about the shadow, the dark feminine archetype, emotional vampires, projection, and most importantly, how to protect yourself and grow from these experiences. Let's get started. 1. The shadow, the hidden dark side of the psyche. One of Carl Jung's most famous contributions to psychology is the idea of the shadow self. The shadow represents all the parts of ourselves that we reject, hide, or don't want to face. The darker impulses, insecurities, and unresolved traumas. We all have a shadow, men and women alike. The problem arises when we deny it or project it onto others. In many relationships, Jung noticed that some women unconsciously embody and project their shadow through their behaviors and interactions with men. This is not about labeling women as bad or evil, but recognizing a psychological defense mechanism that often plays out as manipulation, emotional games, or unconscious power struggles. When a man is involved with a woman who carries a strong shadow energy, he may find himself trapped in a confusing cycle. On the surface, she may appear warm, nurturing, or even angelic. But beneath the surface, her shadow manifests as jealousy, unpredictability, emotional withdrawal, or passive-aggressive behaviors. This shadow projection causes men to feel off balance and unsure of themselves, leading to emotional exhaustion and dependency. 2. The dark feminine archetype, myth, mystery, and danger. Jung's theory of archetypes gives us another powerful tool to understand some women's hidden darkness. Archetypes are universal patterns and symbols residing in the collective unconscious, shared by all humanity. Among these is the dark feminine, a complex archetype linked to mystery, seduction, transformation, and danger. The dark feminine can be seen in mythological figures like Lilith, the first woman who refused to be submissive and was cast out, or the femme fatale in literature, women who are irresistibly attractive but often lead men into trouble. Women who embody this archetype can be magnetic, intelligent, and powerful, but their energy carries a warning. They challenge men to confront their own weaknesses and shadows. Many men find themselves drawn to the intensity but also hurt by the unpredictability and emotional turmoil. The lesson here is profound. The dark feminine is not evil. It is a force of transformation. However, if men fail to recognize this archetype for what it is, they risk losing themselves in destructive patterns. 3. Emotional vampires, draining energy and vitality. Another troubling but important Jungian insight is how some women, often unknowingly, act as emotional vampires. These are women who drain men's energy through constant emotional demands, drama, or neediness. Why does this happen? Jungian psychology suggests it's often rooted in unresolved trauma, fear, and low self-esteem. These women seek control and validation by drawing others into their emotional whirlpools. Men involved in such relationships describe feeling worn down, confused, and often questioning their own sanity. The constant highs and lows, the guilt trips, and the drama create a toxic environment. Jung's advice: men must learn to recognize these patterns, establish firm emotional boundaries, and avoid falling into the trap of enabling or rescuing behaviors. 4. The anima and projection, seeing women through the lens of your inner feminine. One of Jung's deepest ideas is the concept of the anima, the unconscious feminine side inside every man. This anima influences how men perceive and relate to women. Early in relationships, men often project their anima onto women, meaning they see a woman not as she truly is, but as a reflection of their own inner desires, fears, or fantasies. This projection is dangerous because it blinds men to the real person in front of them, often leading to disillusionment and heartbreak. When men project their idealized or shadow anima onto women who embody the dark feminine or carry a strong shadow, the risk of destructive cycles increases. The path forward is self-awareness, understanding your anima, and stopping the projection to engage authentically with women as whole individuals. 5. Warning signs: what to watch for. Using Jungian insights combined with modern psychology, here are red flags men should be alert to. Frequent emotional manipulation or guilt tripping. Sudden mood swings, alternating between affection and coldness. Playing the victim and refusing to take responsibility. Excessive need for control in the relationship. Constant dramas or crises that seem avoidable or exaggerated. Lack of respect for your personal boundaries. If you see these signs, it's critical to protect yourself and reevaluate the relationship. 6. The path to healing and growth. The darkness Jung described isn't meant to condemn, but to illuminate the path for healing. Real growth happens when both partners recognize and integrate their shadows. For men, this means facing their own insecurities and darker impulses, learning emotional resilience, setting healthy boundaries, engaging in authentic communication. For women who embody shadow behaviors, healing involves self-reflection, owning their wounds, and seeking transformation. When both partners commit to this inner work, relationships shift from power struggles to partnerships of growth and balance. 7. How to protect yourself and thrive. Here are practical tips for men navigating relationships with women who might embody these complex shadow or dark feminine energies. 1. Develop self-awareness. Regularly check in with your emotions. Are you feeling drained, anxious, or manipulated? 2. Set clear boundaries. Know what behaviors you won't tolerate and communicate them firmly. 3. Avoid projection. Work on understanding your own anima so you can see women clearly without illusions. 4. Practice emotional detachment. Don't get sucked into unnecessary drama or emotional games. 5. Seek support. Don't hesitate to talk to trusted friends, mentors, or therapists. 6. Embrace your own shadow. Understand your darker side to avoid projecting it onto others. 8. The ultimate truth. Carl Jung's insights reveal a hard truth. Some women carry dark psychological energies that can deeply affect men's lives. But this truth is not about blame or fear. It's about understanding human complexity, embracing shadow work, and striving for genuine connection. Men who master these lessons don't just survive, they thrive. They transform relationships into sources of strength rather than sources of pain. If you found this deep dive into Jungian psychology eye-opening, make sure to like this video, subscribe to PSYCRYPT, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a mind-expanding episode. Have you ever experienced the dark feminine energy in your relationships? Or struggled with shadow projections? Share your story in the comments. Your experience might help someone else understand and grow. Remember, knowledge is power, and understanding Carl Jung's dark truths can be your key to emotional freedom and stronger relationships. Stay curious, stay aware, and until next time, keep unlocking the mysteries of the mind.